okay, I shall kill it till love. See love when I wanna get another one, I go take and do it in I love. Waiting you love, oh. No be waiting I love, oh. Waiting I love, I go do what we love, I go. Go no be vodka. Mr. Money Changer. But when I know the ways that Mr.
You've been gone, it's an empty home. Come on back where you really belong. You are always welcome home, welcome home. You've been kept down for much too long. Stand up, please, and say I am free. Don't forget you are welcome home, welcome home. Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. On this happy trip back to the promised land.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're watching from around the world. Welcome to Conversation Beyond Borders on HYT African TV. This is the platform where meaningful conversations transcend borders and inspire action. I am your host, Kiki, and I am delighted to have you with us once again. Today's episode features a woman of excellence, service, and leadership. As Deputy Chapter Secretary of the NDC UK and Ireland chapter, who is also aspiring to be the Secretary of the UK and Ireland chapter. She has been very instrumental in supporting the administrative work of the chapter while contributing to its growth and success. Now, before I welcome her or before I introduce her to you, we'll go for a quick commercial break. We will be right back. Kindly stay with me and don't forget to share to others. See you soon.
Every Black person should please remember that you were Africans before you became anything else.
Revolve is a media technology company that specializes in providing music, entertainment, and lifestyle content from around the world. It is driven by a mission to offer the best music, entertainment, and lifestyle experiences for a global audience, as well as a vision to become the foremost global provider of music and entertainment content with a focus on Africa and Black communities across the world. We curate content and personalized recommendations based on user consumption habits, and is well positioned to capture the growing demand for African music and entertainment content. Revolve appeals to both the underground and mainstream audiences who are interested in African music, entertainment and lifestyle, and the Black culture movement, with a target audience of ambitious, creative, aspirational, social media savvy, ethical, sociable, yet independently minded individuals. Our platforms allow users to access a diverse range of music and lifestyle related content, including news, videos, gossip, performance series, podcast conversations, documentaries, festival content, artist reviews, and many more through the following categories and brand names: RV Daily, RV Unmute, Vibes Up, Reveal, Verve, and Revolve Plus.
Thank you for staying with us. So we welcome our special guest for today, Madam Isabella Peace Dighton. Tonight we will discuss leadership, party organization, the diaspora contribution to Ghana's democracy, and her vision for the future. Madam Isabella, welcome to Conversation Beyond Borders, and
Thank you very much.
to have you here with us.
Thank you.
How is your
Thank you very
weekend
much.
going?
Not too bad. The sun is out, and in UK, you should know when we have sunshine, we get very excited.
Can you tell us a bit about yourself and how you became the deputy secretary for the UK and Ireland chapter?
Oh, wow. Thank you. Good day to you all, depending on where you are watching from. Um, Good day to all the Conversation Beyond Borders team and Madam Kiki, the host. Thank you very much for having me today. It's a pleasure. Um, who Isabella Peace Dyson is? Um, she's a proud African woman from Ghana, schooled in Ghana, schooled in United Kingdom, um, married, children. I consider myself a woman's advocate. Where do I start from? Qualified as a social worker and legal practitioner for the past 22 years in the United Kingdom. Work with social services, the police service, emergency services. Outside work, consider myself technocrat, politician, depending on what you want to call me. Believe in the God factor. What have you? I think my CV is quite one of these lengthy ones. Done a lot: domestic violence, mental health, safeguarding, policing in the United Kingdom. I'm a regular to Ghana, my motherland, which I do love dearly, and the National Democratic Congress. I think as we go on, I should tell you more about who Isabella is. So for now, let me keep it short. Thank you.
Right. You have quite an achievement. So how are you able to, combine all this into politics?
I think if you ask me if it's something you enjoy doing, giving back to the society, if it falls within what you are willing to do, somebody like myself, being organized is one of the key factor that supports me. I'm a mother, I'm a politician, I'm a practitioner, I manage a team. So every day has got its tax, or every weekend has got its tax. Yes, things can, there'll be time where there is crisis, where your schedules will have to change. But I believe most of the time it works as planned. And if it doesn't work, that maybe things do happen or life do happens. So I try to juggle it really. So if you ask me, being a bit more organized as what is keeping me going.
Okay. So you've served as the Deputy Secretary for the UK and Ireland chapter for the past 3.5 years. Looking back, what would you say has been your most significant contribution to strengthening the chapter?
Oh, thank you. 2.5 years, almost 3.5 years. 3.5 years because it took us about 13 months to campaign. Someone like myself, proud to be in the deputy secretary. I was a woman organizer in the Telford branch, and coming from the branch to the chapter, I had to do rigorous campaigning to try to sell myself to the members of the United Kingdom, to tell them that I've got skills that I can bring on board to support the chapter. A lot of people had hopes in me, and then they voted for me. I think I did campaign, if I remember, on 3 pillars, which I termed as keeping people informed, keeping people involved, and keeping people interested. And in terms of the achievements, I'm glad to say that all of that, I believe, I have achieved. The evidence is about the 17 branches we have inaugurated. When people see branches being inaugurated, it didn't just happen. There were people who worked, myself and the other team members and the leadership. There are a lot of work that goes on behind the scene for you to see those branches being inaugurated. When some of us came on board, we only had 13 branches, but since October 2023, 8 up till now, we've had more 17 branches. It's not easy, but we did it. As part of what did I do? Strengthening the administrative work. I focused on improving coordination within a group who have come together that want to become a branch. Myself, I don't work solo, so you hear me using the word teamwork a lot because I believe that's what has brought us this far. But my contribution is mostly keeping the branches informed, keeping them up to date when it comes to the administrative, consistency in documentation, supporting leadership decision, putting structures in places to ensure that these branches achieve the goals which is being inaugurated, and flying the flyer of Mother Ghana and for the NDC. So if you ask me, those structures I've supported to put in place have helped that much achievement and the expansion of branches and United Kingdom.
Great. So your role as a deputy secretary seemed to happen behind the scenes. Can you take us through some of your responsibilities and also some of the challenges you face that members may not see?
Yeah, thank you, Kiki. I like that. People hear it as deputy secretary. People think it's just taking of notes. It goes beyond that. It's largely operational, and you have to be detail oriented. My responsibility, including preparing minutes, even before we get to the stage of minutes, putting across the meeting, ensuring that the members, both executive and branches, are informed, managing correspondence. You get correspondence everywhere. As you are aware, the work is not a full-time work. I have my own full-time work, and this is a volunteer work for Mother Ghana. So creating time in the evenings to look at correspondence and liaising with the chairman, coordinating meetings, maintaining records, supporting the secretariat, and executing decisions. It looks all like one word, but there's a lot of details to it. Liaising with the different branches as part of it, or majority of it. In terms of challenge, we face challenges in every aspect of our life. Managing information flow across the multiple branches, I would say, is one of the major challenges. As you're aware, we are very busy people in the United Kingdom and the diaspora. So messages being sent across, you have to make sure that the medium, both in writing and WhatsApp, in emails, sometimes it entails phone calls to make sure that the message is put across to different location, and engaging. Don't forget, engaging works very differently to different people. Following up to ensure that things are all ready for operational. So if you ask me, that's part of the challenge, really. But it's how you navigate through those challenges. That's how I see it. That's what makes it a great job, or make it individual to individual.
Okay, so let me ask this. How do you ensure effective communication between the national executives, branch executives, and members across the UK and Ireland?
If you ask me, communication is two ways. We are in the United Kingdom, are classified as a constituency. And if you want to ask me, in my own terminology, our line manager, if it's a work, it's the International Directorate, IRD, International Relation Directorate, and then to the headquarters. So they are our line managers. So communications filter through that line. It comes through our line managers, which is the international relations, I said to you. Then it filtered down to us. And I have to disseminate it, obviously, with the permission of the chairman and the other executives. It might not be always very smooth because of work schedules, not me in particular, but by the time meeting is being carried out in Accra and is being sent down to us to send to the members. But largely, if you ask me, the communication, it goes well. If you have any clarity, I want to give big ups to our IRD, Dr. Carl, Honorable Segbefia. It's not an easy task looking after the whole diaspora. It's not just UK and Ireland. There's a whole lot of other countries, but they devote time to ensure that communications that come from Accra reaches us. And I also try my best with my other team members to ensure the UK and Ireland members also get those information.
Great. This is quite interesting. But before we go on a quick commercial break, let me just ask you this. What systems or what initiatives have you introduced to improve transparency, record keeping, and accountability within the chapter?
Yes, thank you. When I came on board, or when we came on board, largely our activities, I use the word largely, it's mostly analog, for a better word to use. But since coming on board, the kind of initiative myself and my other team members is a structured record keeping system. For example, we now use iCloud to save our documentation instead of doing a paper trail and a file to put that up. This is the 21st century. And it's part of the things I campaigned on, that when I come on board with my other team members and the chairperson, most of our things will be digitalized. And you can see we revamp our websites, whereby communication is, we try to make it smooth. I use the word try to, because change is quite very difficult for human beings. And as much as it helps, there are other people who might not really be abreast with using those digital systems. And that's where we help in terms of training, minutes taking, instead of the olden days manual minutes taking. It's now a recorded one, a transcribed one. It saves time. Today we do smart working. We work very hard, but we work very smartly. Those are the sort of things, little things that I have introduced that have helped us to keep moving forward. Clearer documentation procedures between both the chapter and the branches. Each branch has got a designated email address whereby information is being sent through to them. We use as well WhatsApp because it's quicker for people who might be very busy and are not able to. So those are the little things. It looks little, but it helps with transparency. And by ensuring that members have access and updates on these decisions, it fosters trust and accountability within the chapter. So if there is any follow-ups you want to do, I can just call on records and give you date, time, and exactly what has happened. It helps us move with the 21st century or the global world. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Producer, over to you. Let's go for a quick commercial break.
That dream of studying and working abroad has been made much accessible to everyone, including you. So worry less about how you're going to get there, because we always make it happen. This is StepFinders Ghana Limited. We offer a highly professional guidance and support system, both in your university and visa application process. StepFinders Ghana Limited is a highly trusted agency of the University of the West of Scotland, one of the largest modern universities offering a range of academic, social, and sporting facilities. You can apply for undergraduate, master's and PhD in business and creative industries, education, social sciences,
computing, engineering, physical sciences, health, and life sciences. Come through Starfinders, and for your studies, you get yourself a laptop or a £500 gift voucher. Call on +233 598 4888 04. WhatsApp on +44 7404 711 049. Send us an email or visit our website for more information.
Thank you for staying with us. It is an interesting conversation here on Conversation Beyond Borders. Kindly hit the like button, share to your family and friends that we are live today with the Deputy Secretary of the NDC UK and Ireland, and also Secretary Hopeful. Our next agenda, we're going to talk about Ghana and its diaspora. Madam Isabella, can I ask you this? Ghanaian diaspora contributes significantly to Ghana's economy through remittances, investments, and also skills. Do you believe that the diaspora is adequately represented in decision making?
That's a million and one question. The diaspora, you already said, plays a vital economic role, but representation in national decision making, in my own terminology, I would say it's still work in progress. I use the word work in progress because, yes, there are, but it remains limited. More structural inclusion through policy consultation. I believe advisory roles. We've got a lot of diasporans in very, should I use the word, sensitive positions, professional positions, positions where they can contribute a whole lot. And implementation of laws, like I said, that recognizes diaspora's participation. That would be very vital. If there are laws to ensure that the different professional, the different work areas are being represented, I think it would be great. There is some, don't get me wrong, but it's limited. Representation should go beyond just symbolic acknowledgement to active involvement. It should look critically at skills, what the person can bring on board. Within the whole diaspora, we have very fantastic men and women who have got great achievement and can help move our country forward. So I think there's still a lot of work to be done, although some is being done.
So what are you and your team going to do to ensure that you are involved in decision making as far as the NDC is concerned?
Myself, for one, I'm a regular for Ghana. I try to give back to Mother Ghana the little I can. And I'm aware of other colleagues who also regularly go back to our motherland and do different things, be it charity, be it educational basis, in their own way. We try to get involved in policy making. I am a member of the Pro Forum, which we have great different professionals from different backgrounds. We contribute to the manifesto. We contribute to policy papers. Depending on what specialty you have, we put together such article. So I think it's been helpful, but then we still need more of us to involve. What myself and my team have been doing and will continue to do is call the attention of our leaders, sometimes through writing, sometimes through meetings, conferences that we find ourselves. We continue to share that we have very great minds in the diaspora, and it would be nice to get us more involved. I use the word, the emphasis there is more, because we are already involved in one way or the other, but then we could be more involved to make a lot of changes.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you so much for that. Okay, so you want to become the deputy, you are moving from deputy secretary to secretary.
That's right.
Why that decision? Why not any other how will I put it? Why are you not contesting for any other position, but you trying to move up? Is it that you contesting someone, or you just want to move up because you were once the deputy, or you are the deputy secretary, so you just want to move up? Can you just take us through why you made that decision to become a secretary of the UK and Ireland chapter?
Yes. I think that questions have come again and again. I did said I was going to bring my skills on board to support, and being the deputy secretary and the lot of work myself and team members of the chapter and the branches have done so far, it's fantastic. And just leaving it halfway, I'm not one of those who leave my work halfway and just walk away. I've reflected for the past 2.5, 3 years that I've been in position, and I realized that um, there's a lot of things I or we could do better. Now, coming on board as a secretary, I let's put it this way: I've done a little bit of a SWOT analysis of the chapter. What do I mean by that? What are our strengths so far? I don't like to use the word weaknesses, but areas of development. What are the opportunities presented to us to be able to grow the chapter to the next level? What are the threats, or how do we mitigate things that hold us back? That's my own explanation of it. And looking at it, I think I could be the best person to come on board for continuity, uh, because I have reflected and I see where um, more growth is needed, more structures is needed, supporting our members is needed. The 17 branches I spoke about initially that we inaugurated, a lot of them have come on board. They will need a lot of training and mentoring. And I believe I have all the skills, and I've been there, and I can support to move the chapter to the next level. And I think that's what has made me make that decision to come on board.
Really? Because your chairman, you've worked hand in hand with your team and also the chairman. And right now, just last week, we had a very good news. Your chairman, Honorable Conrad Dumba, being one of the directors, or he's the director, the general director for Ghana internal audits. And so somehow we think that while you worked hand in hand with him, you step up a bit from the deputy straight to the chairmanship. I mean, if you be a chairperson of the UK and Ireland chapter. But because we've for more indication, you have the skill sets, you have everything that it takes. So my question is, so why? What happened? Why do you still want to remain or to be the secretary? Because you could have just picked any other positions.
Okay, thank you. I want to use this medium to congratulate Chairman Comrade Dumba once again on his appointment as the Director General for the Audit Internal Agency. He's a great man. We've worked together, and I can assure you that he's going to move that area, that space where he finds himself to the next level. I have no doubt at all. Why do I want to remain the secretary? I'm sure that you would believe with me that it's not about picking up the position, but it's about what you can do and the time you can give to do it, the devotion, what areas you think you can perform very well. That's how I look at it. There's no point I saying, okay, I'm going for the chairman of UK and Ireland. Am I mentally ready for that position? Have I situated myself? Have I put plan in place for that position I'm contesting for? In my own book, the answer is no. I'm not one of those who, because everybody is singing through the left, I have to sing to the left. I critically look at myself, where I am, my other commitments I have. Will this be suitable for me? Will I make an impact at this time? Yes, the other positions you're mentioning, it can come later in future. But at this point in time, like I mentioned to you, the analysis I have made and the reflection I have made, I think I would be an asset when I'm a secretary to whoever becomes the next chairman for the United Kingdom and Ireland.
Thank you very much for your submission. Thank you very much for your submission. In 2024, we saw that the UK and Ireland chapter rallied behind the NDC back home. They did so well, according to reports. There were a lot of support. The support system from here was so great. And so after the election, critics were saying they had to get, be involved in, apart from decision making. They were also looking for certain appointments and all of that, and it didn't happen. And some were disappointed from reports. And now we see your chairman, Honorable Conrad Dumba, being picked or being appointed in the position he is right now. How does it sound? Was it that the UK and Ireland chapter was not patient enough for the government? Or could you say that they were just impatient with the whole system?
Oh, thank you, Kiki. I think that question would differ from person to person. In a human institution, we all love rewards. And when someone has worked very hard, people are expectant. So you should understand, I wouldn't want to use the word impatient with the government. I want to use the word probably their expectations were really high. And yes, we did a lot of contribution, resources, human resource. And I believe our leadership in Ghana, they acknowledge that. We are 1.5 years, 2 years into government. It's quite a large ask. I believe they have not forgotten us. Hence, you see Chairman Comrade's appointment. There are other appointments that had been made, which is not being mentioned across the diaspora. Has it come the way we want it? No, but things don't come the way we want it all the time or at our time frame. But I believe His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has not forgotten the diaspora. I think a testament is Chairman Comrade's position. And there's a regular saying, they say, some people's own will come in the morning, some will come in the afternoon, some will come in the evening. So I believe the diasporans, they are not impatient. It's just natural human nature for them to be saying, we were part of the struggle, we want to be part of the victory. But I sincerely believe that we haven't been forgotten. It's a steady by steady, I believe, and we would get there. That would be my answer, really.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll go for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Don't forget to hit the like button, to subscribe, and to also tell a friend we are live on Conversation Beyond Borders. Stay tuned.
Every Black person should please remember that you were Africans before you became anything else.
Revolve is a media technology company that specializes in providing music, entertainment, and lifestyle content from around the world. It is driven by a mission to offer the best music, entertainment, and lifestyle experiences for a global audience, as well as a vision to become the foremost global provider of music and entertainment content with a focus on Africa and Black communities across the world. We curate content and personalized recommendations based on user consumption habits, and is well positioned to capture the growing demand for African music and entertainment content. Revolve appeals to both the underground and mainstream audiences who are interested in African music, entertainment and lifestyle, and the Black culture movement, with a target audience of ambitious, creative, aspirational, social media savvy, ethical, sociable, yet independently minded individuals. Our platforms allow users to access a diverse range of music and lifestyle related content, including news, videos, gossip, performance series, podcast conversations, documentaries, festival content, artist reviews, and many more through the following categories and brand names: RV Daily, RV Unmute, Vibes Up, Reveal, Verve, and Revolve Plus.
Thank you for staying with us and welcome back. Madam Isabella, do you believe appointing a qualified diaspora-based party leader to a public office can help bridge the gap between the governance in Ghana and also the experiences of Ghanaians abroad?
A diaspora leader.
Yes. So say as Honorable Conrad Dumba is being appointed as the General Director of the Internal Audit, do you believe that his appointment can help bridge the gap between the governance? I mean, when we talk about his experiences here and also in Ghana.
Certainly, yes. Appointing a qualified diaspora-based leader can certainly bridge the gap. I'm not saying that the diaspora are only the intellect or they have come with all the skills, but I grew up in Ghana and I've lived in the United Kingdom this is kind of like the third decade. So looking at experiences in Ghana and the experiences I have in the United Kingdom and other countries I've visited, yes, certainly. It would bring a global perspectives because you have experiences from the UK, the US, the different countries you are, including the Ghana one. It will bring in professional expertise and an understanding of international systems that can strengthen governance and policy development in Ghana. So certainly, I would agree to that.
Thank you so much. How would you mentor a young woman who wants to take up a position like yours in the UK and Ireland? Do you believe that women are supportive of other women?
I am tempted to say yes, because I want to try to play on caution. I want to see everyone as an individual. The work I do largely allow us to try and be positive. You look at the positivity first. So I would largely say yes. We could be more supportive of other women, if you put it that way, because it'd be unfair to say that we are not. It will be a blanket judgment. How will I support another woman? I think the individual have to be yearning to be supported. Don't forget, mentoring, supporting, it comes from the person first. My approach, I run a very open approach. As you can see, the gap in my teeth. Before I even smile, it gives a welcoming to someone. So I believe other women, our doors should be open. I, per se, am a believer of women supporting women. And in most of the space I find myself, I normally say, let us not say it as a word, a sentence, giving very good speeches, but let's put it into practice. I try to put it in practice. There are a few women I mentor in Ghana virtually. They come to me. Some of them are students. Areas where it's not my expertise, I try to signpost them to other women that I know could support them. Could we do better? The answer is yes. Could our doors be more open to the younger women? The answer is yes. Our experiences all couldn't be the same. Maybe when I was growing up or in my early days within my profession, maybe I didn't get that help and I could want to mimic as such, but no. What you didn't get during your time, I aim to give it to others. So the younger women, it depends on what area of mentorship they would want to. But when they come to me, I try and design an action plan with them, try to follow up, and mostly being welcoming, because for someone to approach you and wanting you to mentor them, they should have seen something in you. Apart from the skill set, we are humans, and other factors have to be in place. I use the word welcoming. I use the word inviting. I use the word ready to give to the younger generation.
Right, but there are other ways where a woman, because you are a woman in a key position, and so the audience will want to know how you really support them, and that is what you said. But is it not a bit challenging sometimes if the person is willing to learn, but that space is not being given to that person to feel that I am welcome, I can show my potentials? What are some of the challenges that women do face when it comes to going to people to mentor them? Can you share a few so that our audience will also, you know, take a few advice from you?
I believe that the challenge number one is the sort of person you choose to approach to be your mentor. It takes a lot of courage for someone to come up to me or to certain people. If you see my height, I'm quite a big lady. I used to be a bigger lady from what I am now, and your presence could why is the word welcoming? Some people look at you and think, oh, will she be welcoming? Now, I can't speak for other women. Like I said, our characters are all very different. The way we are being brought up is very different. So I'd not attempt to try to speak for others, but I can certainly speak for myself. I make conscious effort to create a space that is welcoming, that people, the younger ones, can approach me, and depending on what support the person want, that's how I tailor the support I give. Now, you came to the challenges they would face. They will face challenges. Age gap could be the one. Envy could be another one. Jealousy could be another one. Being extremely proactive, depending on what lens you use to look at it, these are all challenges women can face. So a younger woman could be really willing and wanting to go into the space. The older woman or myself would see the person to be extremely proactive, it depending on how the person approaches. So these are the kind of challenges. They should know that those challenges are there, but mitigating it, how you navigate it, is where resilience come in. I use the word resilience because although I say welcoming and approachable and people willing to help, maybe not everybody subscribed to such. So you might approach someone, you are really willing, but the person wouldn't really comfort the way you want. Shake it off, look for another mentor, look for someone else. Don't dwell on the negative aspect of things. Look for a little positivity. You want it, you want to get there. You should know that it's not going to be handed to you in a platter of gold. There are hurdles, there are challenges you would face, and be ready for that mentally so that you will be unshaken. That's how I see it.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your submission. We are moving away from that. So the NDC UK and Ireland chapter is in its internal election. And while we look at that, healthy competition is also part of democracy. But unity is equally important. So how can branches work together after the internal elections to build a stronger NDC?
Thank you. Elections are always like a wrestling arena. While it's healthy, the competition used to be really very high, depending on each year. It doesn't come very easy. Well, I think a word of caution to all of us, including myself, is let's be cautious on things we say about each other, because certainly the elections will be over, and when it's over, we need unity to be able to move the chapter to the next level. So in my campaign previously and my campaign now, it's not in my nature to use abusive language and insults and malice and things like that. I come to you with the skills I'm bringing on board, with the policy I'm looking at implementing, with how I'm looking at strengthening. You are welcome to ask me any question. So I believe my other candidates should look towards that. I'm not telling them what to do. It's a piece of advice so that after the elections, we can still look at each other's face and say, yes, it was a healthy competition. You got it. I haven't got it. I'll do better next time. I'll come on board. If we have that spirit in us, I think it wouldn't be a do or die, but it would be rather, what can I do to showcase what I can bring on board, to showcase how I can help develop the United Kingdom and Ireland. Like I did mention initially, it's not just about the title, it's about what you can bring on board, it's about how you can support others, it's about your willingness. It's not a paid job, it's a sacrificial job for Mother Ghana. So if we look at it at that lens, we'll be cautious on things we say, would campaign very modernizedly, if you ask me. We would campaign very developed world kind of campaign, sending our message clearly across so that after the election, we can still support our members to move forward.
That's great. I always ask this question. You are a strong NDC member, or let me use the word comrade as you normally say it. Is there any government policy or initiative that particularly excites you, and why?
Oh, that's nice to ask me that. I am for women. I support men too because of the work I do, but I like to see women excel. And the policy around the Women's Bank, that is, I know on the ground, work are still being structured. It excites me. As much as I am a working class, I'm a professional, and I'm a expectee, all the women across the globe are all not professionals and expertise. Everyone has got their experiences and in diverse ways. Some could be market women, some could be workers. And the policy around bringing together the Women's Bank to help other women grow their businesses, it did excite me when I look at that. The 24-hour economy that came on board, it also excites me. It just that many people read different meaning to it. Many people understand it very differently. When it was being explained, the basics was being explained so that everyone could capture it. But if you look on the policy behind it, it's quite a large one. The developed country where you and I are, the United Kingdom, they do that quite a lot. I do some work for the police service, like I mentioned, emergency duty service. I was working up till 3 a.m. last night. So the 24-hour economy shooting itself out in the private sector, in the government sector, the way is I have the opportunity to look at it behind the scene and work that is being done. It excites me if it comes to a full-blown implementation in Ghana.
Yeah, you keep mentioning 24-hour economy in your submission. Is it really working?
Like I mentioned, a lot of work is being done behind the scene. The understanding for the ordinary Ghanaian differs. People think, oh, the job is just going to be there and then they'll work 8-hour shift. Yes, that's part of it. Private organizations implementing that and getting subsidiary is also there. But because it's not like a picture that everybody can see on the TV, people think that it's not working. It is. But if you are not within that space, you would think, oh, it was just a campaign message and nothing is being done. But I had the opportunity to look at the paperwork and the work that is being done behind the scene for its full-blown implementation. And it would be great when it comes to its full existence.
Well, I like the fact that you are for women. So let me just ask you this. Since you are the secretary hopeful, if elected, what initiative will you prioritize to empower and also increase the participation of women in the UK and Ireland chapter?
Thank you, Kiki. I get excited when I see you hosting the programs and what you do. You are a younger lady, and the excitement you used to do it, I get excited. What I will do when I come on board for women as a secretary, I like to see a lot of women put themselves forward to be secretaries of their branches. I don't know whether you are aware, but in the United Kingdom and Ireland, since I believe 1992, I was told, it has always been men. The last woman that was a deputy secretary for the United Kingdom and Ireland was somewhere in the 90s. It has all been male men. And then I came on board. That is what my research showed me, and my seniors have told me. I'd like to see more women within the branches. There are already a few that have put themselves forward, but how can I support others for you to serve? It's not a role for just men. Somebody said to me before the previous election that, Madam, why don't you go for a woman organizer? Secretary doesn't look like UK and Ireland secretaryship. It doesn't suit women. And my answer was, why not? Is there a particular gender is being left for? So I would encourage, when I come on board, I would encourage training around women coming on board to say they want to serve their branches in the role of secretaryship or any other role they deem fit, or they deem they've got the skills that they could be supported to come on board. That would be one of my priorities. And some people need a little bit of encouragement. Things like, I see what you do. I think you can function better in this area. Can I support you within ABC to get you there? Some women need that push. It's not every woman that is very confident. So that push, I would promote that. And many other more. I'll reserve that for now.
Right. Thank you so much. Over to you, producer. We'll go for a quick commercial break before we come back and wrap up. So stay tuned. Okay.
That dream of studying and working abroad has been made much accessible to everyone, including you. So worry less about how you're going to get there, because we always make it happen. This is StepFinders Ghana Limited. We offer a highly professional guidance and support system, both in your university and visa application process. StepFinders Ghana Limited is a highly trusted agency of the University of the West of Scotland, one of the largest modern universities offering a range of academic, social, and sporting facilities. You can apply for undergraduate, master's and PhD in business and creative industries, education, social sciences, computing, engineering, physical sciences, health, and life sciences. Come through StepFinders, and for your studies, you get yourself a laptop or a £500 gift voucher. Call on +233 598 4888 04. WhatsApp on +44 7404 711 049. Send us an email or visit our website for more information.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. This is Conversation Beyond Borders. Like I said, don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe so that anytime we come on board, you'll be the first to be notified. Madam Isabella, if you have 1 minute with the President of Ghana, President John Dramani Mahama, what message would you share with him?
To His Excellency John Dramani Mahama?
Yes, please.
I would say kudos, sir. I like what he's doing, and I want to see more. And maybe my second message in the next 1 minute is the diaspora are waiting for you. Simple as that. I'd like to see what he responds.
I didn't get the last message.
That the diasporans, the UK, the US, the China, Australia, the whole diaspora, we are waiting for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Oh,
And
has he not been here? Because he came to the town hall meeting, and
yes,
also he did a fantastic job with the Ghana UK summit.
that's right. You just mentioned Ghana UK Summit. That's what His
Right.
Excellency John Dramani Mahama came for. It was a town hall meeting. I'd like to see the question he would put forward to me, and that would bring forth more and more to him. You just asked me in 1 minute what I was going to say to him. And I've what
I
I would
wanted
say.
you to elaborate a little bit because I want to understand why you made that statement.
But you are not His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. So
Okay.
spare me the minutes with him. Probably it's he alone I would like to speak to. And
Okay.
when I say well done, and I say the UK and Ireland, the diaspora are waiting for him, I would want to invite his question, and then I'll take it from there.
I respect that. Thank you. And finally, what message would you like to leave with the members of the UK and Ireland chapter and also Ghanaians watching around the world?
To the UK and Ireland chapter, I want to say that our elections are forthcoming. It's not a do or die. It's for the best man to come on board to move our chapter to the next level. There are a lot of great things we have done so far, both our predecessors and myself and my team, and we want to capitalize on that. Let's be civil. Let's employ decorum in our forthcoming elections, both branch and chapter. My general message, my campaign message to delegates is simply together we have delivered, together let us build, grow, and lead to the next chapter. To all Ghanaians, Ghana is approaching each day the next steps under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and his team, including ourselves here. So help us to let all the policies be implemented. Our mindsets as Ghanaians need to be positive. There's a lot of negativity around us, but what we should look at is the positive things that is happening in Ghana, where Ghana is going. I am proud of Ghana, our Black Stars, our MPs, the appointees so far. They are doing great job. So kudos, and God bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you, Kiki.
Thank you so much, Madam Isabella Peace Dyson. Thank you so much for joining us on Conversation Beyond Borders. It's been a pleasure hearing about your journey, your leadership experience, and your vision for strengthening the UK and Ireland chapter. Your insights have also inspired our viewers and reminded us all of the importance of dedication, service, and unity in building a stronger party. We wish you every success in your continued service.
Thank
And to
you.
our viewers around the world, thank you for spending your Sunday evening with us. We hope today's conversation has informed, inspired, and also empowered you. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and share and also comment. Don't forget to subscribe on HYT African TV on Facebook and YouTube so you never miss an episode. Join us again next week, Sunday at 5 p.m. UK time for another edition of Conversation Beyond Borders, where we continue to connect ideas, leaders, and communities across borders through a meaningful conversation. Until then, I am your host, Kiki. Stay safe, stay informed, and keep making a positive impact wherever you are. God bless you, and God bless Ghana. Thank you.
You've been gone, it's an empty home. Come on back where you really belong. You are always welcome home, welcome home. You've been kept down for much too long. Stand up, please, and say I am free. Don't forget